Welcome to Chellington 17, episode number 3, with me, MrSealyp. I am on my third load with the Pottinger, so I should have about 64,000 litres of straw over by the cows. Now, a couple of things I failed to mention. The seed and fertiliser points are here on the farm, and there's a water point. I think that a blue container over there is for water, so it's all here. The other thing I like is the fact that all the animals are close together, with the pigs here, the cows just down there, and the sheep are just over the back there behind that barn. They're all in close proximity, so unlike Goldcrest Valley, where I had to have a separate tractor that went around clearing the feeding areas, etc., I can probably get away with a telehandler and a bucket and only one water container as well, the Aquatrans. Because they're all in close proximity, feeding them, I can just whiz between the three with the water container, and I can do bales, I can clean the feeding areas all relatively easily within a smaller confined space. So that's going to make life so much easier than it being spread around all over the place. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. That's going to be, especially the fact I'm not going to be able to afford to buy loads and loads of equipment. So we'll just unload this here. Don't want it bleeding into the other one. There we go. Okay, so that's about 63,000 litres. I could probably put a little bit more in there, but in all honesty, that should keep me going for a little while for making power food. Next to it will be grass. So the Pottinger, I will use it again. I need to finish field 6. I need to clear it. This will be used for putting grass next to here, and then it can go back because it is only leased. Try that again. There we go. Right, so back over to the field, carry on baling, and then I'll start selling bales, moving bales. I will need to rent the auto stacker. I keep saying auto stack. The Ursus, where are we? Baling technology. The Ursus bale collector. Yeah, I think that one's called the auto stack, isn't it? Whatever. Anyway, yes. So off to the field, carry on baling. And now from Bedfordshire, it's your quiz of the week. It's Bale of the Century, with your host, MrSealyp. Just something for all you old school players out there. In all seriousness though, how many bales do you think I'm going to get off this field? Bit of a hint, I'm at 100, I'm over 100 already. So, what do you think? I reckon 145-ish, maybe. We shall see at the end. So this is it, the end of the baling on field 6. It has been a mammoth task, to say the least. Last trip, I'm not going to get another full bale out of this, but it's not the end of the world. I can always put it away for later. And as you can see, looking across the field, it is pretty insane. So, what do we think? How many bales have I done? I said 145. I don't know. Let's have a quick look. Bale counter 133. Not as many as I thought I was going to do then. But 133, that's a fair amount of bales, I'll be honest. This session, 48. But 133 in total on this field. So, I take the baler back. Don't know why I put the lights on. And the next step's going to be then getting all these bales off the field. That's going to take a while. I think I'm probably definitely going to need the auto stack. There's no way I'm doing this manually with a bale spike. It's not going to happen. I've still got this turned on, haven't I? Yes, I wondered why that was left the pickup. There we go, why it was going so slowly. Anyway, right, take this back to the yard and then probably over to the store and get the, or lease the auto stack. I will take all the ones I need to first for bedding and store them, and then everything else will be sold. Okay, so back at the store. Oh, I forgot the trailer was still here. I need to lease the bale collector. So I'm going to go onto here, and it should be under Baling technology. The Ursus T-127 round bale collector. It collects 8 at a time. So select that. 4,000 to lease. I will lease it. At some point, I will buy one because I'm going to need it. But at the moment I don't have the money, so I'm just going to lease it for the time being and start getting bales off the field. Again, this is another one of those things that your purists won't like it because they want you to, you know, all needs to be done manually and properly, and you know. And I have done it on various different gameplays. I did it on FS15. I've done it on 17. On Goldcrest Valley. I'm not averse to doing it, but when I've got 133 bales to move, that would take me days. So I'm not going to. So over the bridge, back to the farm. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top of the field, open up the bale collector, and so first probably 32 are going to be for bedding. Now I'm probably going to store them all in one place, as I was saying earlier. Because of the situation now with the animals all being quite close together, it means if I get a telehandler with a bale spike, I can then just do the bedding wherever I need to. I'm going to get a bale shredder for spreading the bales out into the bedding areas, and that can all be done around the yard. So that's what I'm intending doing. Is the first kind of 32, I think, should be enough to keep me going for quite some time. So I'll get these first 8 off the field. I've got to decide where I'm going to put them, in all honesty. I might put them in one of the barns, actually. The one over by the chicken coop. But you'll see, I've got a full load now. So lift up the bale collector, the loading arm, whatever you want to call it. Back over to the yard. So looking around the yard, it's trying to find somewhere that's kind of central. The pigs are here and will need bedding. The cows are over the back there and will need bedding. So I could put it in one of these here. But I was thinking maybe of putting it over in this one here. Putting a load of bales in one of these. It's probably the best place. I'll do that. Put them in here without going through the fence. That would be really bad. So I'll stack a whole load up in here. About 32 I think. And then I can always come and collect them with the telehandler and put them into the bale shredder when I get it. If I get it. Hopefully this will unload here without tipping over. That's also the plan. So 4 stacks should give me the 32 I need, and they'll fit in here no problem, just over to the side. And I can do the same with grass bales as well for feeding various different animals. So just put this here. Sorry, I thought it was a topple over then. Okay, so back to the field, 3 more stacks like that, and will be good for bedding for the animals for a while anyway. And I've managed to get the bale collector caught up, which is genius. There we go, now I should be able to get out without getting caught. Brilliant. Okay, back over to the field. Through a hedge. Okay, so that's 32 bales. That should be enough to keep me going for a while, I hope, for bedding. I don't know if to do any more. No. Oh, that'll do for the time being. The rest now coming off that field, I'm going to sell. So the first load will go to the sell point, which I believe is just here on the left, where all these bales are arranged neatly to kind of tell you that's where you sell bales. However, up in the barn up here there are also bales, but I'm pretty sure that's the bale sale point. I don't know why they're in this one. I think that's just to make it look nice. So back to the field, more bales. So, first load of bales to sell. I'm not anticipating getting a lot for them, but with a lot of bales, the money should ramp up. There's not a huge amount of room in this yard, but there's plenty to turn around, hopefully. And the shed is high enough that it shouldn't stop the bale collector from unloading. So let's get that into the sale point and unload. What we're on the moment, 50,239. I'm thinking a couple of thousand probably. Is that a couple of thousand? Yeah, it should be about that. Maybe just under. Unload 52,863. So, whoa, hang on. 328 a bale. Ah, it's probably because I've got it set on easy, haven't I? I'm sure if it's on normal you get 246, 250 a bale. So that's 328. So that's more than I thought I was going to get. Which is good. So I'll carry on and get the rest of the bales off that field and make a bit more money. Then I will decide what to do next. Whether to partition that field. It will need ploughing regardless, which will be a monumental task with the size plough I've got, so I'm thinking of maybe partitioning it. We'll see. There was yesterday an update, game update. It's a version 1.03, whatever it was. I was really hoping I was really hoping I wasn't hoping anything. I was hoping that the silage bunker situation would have been resolved, that in that update there was a patch or something. So I went onto Goldcrest Valley and went over to the silage bunker and nothing, no change whatsoever. So still hugely frustrated with that, but can't do a lot about it. Hopefully at some point it will get resolved. Until then, just bide my time, I suppose. So here we are, some considerable amount of time later, and I really do mean considerable. I think it worked out about 10 or 11 loads I've taken off the field, and we're down to the last 5 bales. So this is it. That field is clear. All the bales have been taken off, and we'll see what we end up with. It's all very exciting. Okay. £81,042. And I started with about 50,000, I think it was, when I started off taking the bales off the field. It's about 31,000. Which at this time in the game, you know, on episode 3, you think, wow, that's brilliant, 30 grand. There have got to be easier ways of making 30,000 than doing that. But anyway, that said, I'm going to stick this over to one side because I'm going to need it. So I'm going to do some grass bales later on for the cows and the sheep, because they both need grass bales, and it's leased, so I've got it for 24 hours. So I'm going to put that there. I will need to use that. And I think the next job then is going to be putting grass in the other side of this shelter. So I've got straw one side, grass the other. I have got the mower on the front. So all I'm going to do is, when I was picking up the straw before, I'm going to mow and pick up the grass as I go with the loading wagon. Fill it up and start putting loads into the vehicle shelter. Get the mower on And drop it down. Turn on the forage wagon and drop that down as well. And off we go. There are quite a few grass areas actually on this map. Some that we own already, but some are just kind of fields that are around the farm and kind of dotted about, which you can just go and mow. So I'm just going to realistically just drive around mowing and picking up the grass to fill up this loading wagon. So I will continue to do that, get a full load on here and then take it back to the vehicle shelter to unload. There we go, full loading wagon. I want to stick this in the back corner. I'm trying to think, might stick, I did 3 loads of grass, I think, grass straw. I think I'm going to do 4 loads of grass, because to make the power food you need more of the hay or grass than you do of straw or silage, so I do need more of it. So I'm going to probably put 4 loads in here. My only other concern is that sometimes with the vehicle shelters, when you fill them up like I just did, it overspills like through the wall. Hasn't gone into the straw one, but it might have come out the back. Oh no, that's alright. See, sometimes it does, it just sort of pours through the wall, which is a bit peculiar. Okay, so carry on. Like I say, I'm going to do 4 loads, so there'll be about 84,000, nearly 85,000 litres of grass. Why not hay, you ask? Because you need hay. I am on the field overlooking the farm. You can get to it from the main road. If you carry on past the farm, you can just drive off the road and there's this big grass field. There's like a big embankment here that goes down towards the cow field. But anyway, what was I saying earlier? Oh yeah, about the hay. Yeah, if you watched my Gold Coast Valley one, and I was using the Silo King self-line, when you pick up using that, it turns grass into hay automatically, so you don't actually need to make hay. You haven't got a tedder, so I can just cut grass, and if I buy that, it's going to be expensive, I can do that. It'll work, I think. So there you go, off the end of the field, onto the main road. So it's just all grass. It's there is grass all over the place around a lot of the fields, but it just seemed like an obvious place. This track is pretty bumpy, and that mower, even when it's raised, is relatively low and quite wide, so getting to the gates is a bit tight, but it is doable. So this is the 4th load. It's taken a while, and it does take a while. I mean, you can just go out with the mowers, front and rear butterfly mowers, mow loads of grass, then windrow it, then collect it, but to be honest with you, it's just as quick doing it this way. So it has it's quite full actually. I probably wouldn't get more than 4 loads in here. If I tried to stick a 5th load in, it will probably all come out the front and all over the place. That's not to say it won't actually this time. It does have a tendency to do it, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Yep. Oh, that's annoying. All 3 loads have been fine, the 4th one does that. We'll see when I need to collect it. Hopefully, if picking it up, it should be okay. When I get the self line. I'll just jump out and have a quick look actually, because it looked like it came out quite a lot. So there you go, 84, nearly 85,000 litres, but it has overspilled through the wall. We'll see how we go on. Hopefully that will clear. Right. I've gone and got the mower and the baler. So I'm going to mow and bale grass bales, which is what I said I would do if I can get through the gap in the fence. It's quite narrow. I had a message actually left on one of my videos of the day from a guy who plays Xbox, and said they can't get the gates to open. Whether he means they're open all the time, they haven't got the facility to open and close them, or it's glitching and they can't. I couldn't quite make out, but said the gates won't open, so I don't know whether they haven't got that option. It's a pity because it's a nice kind of addition. But anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, front mower, unfold, turn on, and lower, and then baler. Turn it on, which is now running, and lower pickup, and we should be good. Let's get some grass bales. Luckily what was left in here, it has converted it directly into grass, so it's letting me, which is good. And I'm keeping hold of the oh, my mind's gone blank. What am I keeping hold of? Lift would be better, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm going to have to think about how I do this because it's going to leave patches, isn't it, otherwise? What was I talking about? Yes, the loading wagon. I don't actually need the loading wagon now, so I'm working out whether or not to keep hold of it or just to return it, actually. I'm going to keep hold of the Ursus bale collector because I'm going to need that to pick up these grass bales, but how much have we got? There we go, that'll do. Lower mower. What we could do is coming over a bit further. Use as much of the field as I possibly can. There we go, first grass bale. Excellent. I do like the fact you can cut and bale at the same time now, it's brilliant. Makes life so much easier. Because you could only bale hay bales before on 15. On 17, the fact you can bale grass bales, fantastic. And you can silage wrap grass bales. They haven't got to be hay to be silage wrapped either, which is also fantastic. Use as much of the grass as I possibly can. I'm not quite sure how many bales I'm going to need to start off with, but I will utilise the ground to the best of my ability. Close that down. Just so some of the turns it doesn't like, so I have to turn around where it's not grassy, then I don't leave a patch behind. There we go. Lift them up. Lower the mower. Lower the glow. Don't know why I just did that. Bit of a Austin Powers there. But anyway, it's just so random. Now this is the cow field. I believe that when I buy cows, this is where they're going to appear. But the grass will grow back, so don't worry, they will have grass to eat. Plus, I'm going to be giving them this grass, so they'll be fine, don't panic. Okay. I shall carry on. Then get as many bales as I can off of this field. I was on 133 before. So anything over 133 will be whatever I do off this field, so we'll see. strangely enough, on completion of this field, and I've tried to take every ounce I can find from round underneath all the edges and everywhere, I was hoping for 2 stacks on the trailer, so 16 bales, 8 to put with the cows, 8 to put with the sheep for their grass, because you can put bales straight into the troughs. And interesting enough, if I go on to there, created bales this session, 16, exactly 16 bales. I mean, that's just too coincidental for words. That's pretty impressive. But anyway, 16 bales created, which is great. I can now turn off that and lift the pickup. Great. Front mower. Turn it off. Lift it up and fold it. And go and put both of these away. Swap it out for the Ursus T-127 bale collector and get these off the field. This has been a full-on bales episode. I do love this farmyard. It's all bumpy and just adds a whole new dimension, bit of character to it all. I like that. So I'm going to put the mower up in the corner here out of the way. Detach that. And I'm going to put the baler round under here. I always struggle to reverse with, there you go, shorter, smaller trailers than I do longer, bigger ones. I think I need to take my time a little bit more. That's all. We're right in the corner. And we're good. Fantastic. Go and grab the Ursus. I'm going to need to get a pressure washer at some point, but while I'm still trying to make money, I may well hold off on that. I'm trying to work out whether to upgrade this tractor yet or not, because I was thinking I'm going to need a bigger plough for doing that field, and I've just bought one. I could have held off, I should have held off really, to get a bit more money, upgrade the tractor's horsepower and upgrade the plough, and it will make it an easier job. That's what I should have done. I didn't, but I should have done. Right, so let's grab this. Oh, actually, before I forget, what I will do is go into here, garage, right one, that I'm about to use, this can be returned. Yes. Excellent. Because I'll forget about it and then I'll get charged for it. It'll just sit in the barn and I don't need to use it again for a while. If I do need to use it one, I will rent. But as you can see, the grass is spilled out. That's not great. Okay, through the gap. And let's collect bales. More bales. Just drive the tractor into a hedge. Just wait for that to reset before I can pick up the next one. Okay, full load. Raise that up, and I'll take this first load to the sheep. Not that I've got any sheep yet, but I'll put it over there by the sheep. And then it's ready. So a lot of this is prep work. I'm preparing for animals. So I am going to be doing animals, absolutely. And I will get onto more fields, because I do have more fields that I own which are ready to be harvested. Oh, which also reminds me, I've left the harvester in the field as well. I need to collect that. So let's take this round all the way to the sheep. I'll collect whatever eggs I've got for the chickens in a while as well. I'm really enjoying this map. Now, that's where the wall pallets come out, next to that little shed. This is where you can go in and buy and sell them and unload them. This first one, if it's the same layout as it is on Goldcrest Valley, should be the water trough. So the second one over here should be the grass trough. Now, where should I put these? Didn't really just want to leave them out in the open, but I suppose it would make sense just to stick them by the side. I suppose at some point in at a later date, I could probably get myself a little shelter and stick them in it. That might help as well. But to start off with, I'm just going to put them here to one side. And that's the first lot, and the second lot then will go down by the cows, and I'll have 2 stacks of grass bales ready to feed them. Okay, what I need to do now is unload bales, and hopefully they don't topple over. Keeps catching for some reason. Okay, but there you go. That's the first 8 bales for sheep, ready to give them their grass. And I'll take the next 8 off the field, and that'll be ready for the cows. So we are getting somewhere. What else do the cows need? Straw, power food. I'll need to get water, so I'll need to get one of those Aquatrans water bowsers, tankers, whatever you want to call them, at some point. But for the time being, I shall carry on with this. I'm going to need one of these trailers myself, because I'm going to keep needing to do bales every now and again, so it becomes a bit of a false economy. I'm sure it's only about 30,000, 39,000 to buy. So have a quick look at baling technology. Baling technology, 39,000 to rent it. Lease it's 4,000. So yeah, I mean, less than 10 times. If I have to lease it 10 times, I could have bought one. So I'm thinking as well, when this field regrows, of doing another load and then silage wrapping them. So rent the silage wrapper and then sell silage bales, because I want to put silage into the silage bunker. Oh crikey. But there's always that worry, if I have the same problems with the bunker as I have done on Goldcrest Valley, I might be better off with silage bales. So I'm still going to need this bale collector regardless which ones I do. So it may be a good idea at some point to buy one. We'll see how we get on with that. Now I've got to decide where I'm going to put these, because the bales for grass go... I'm trying to think actually, where do they go? Because I'm actually in the field, aren't I? So once I've finished here I need to close the gate, so I do buy cows, I don't want them wandering off. Oh, I think they're down the side here, aren't they, both of the... where are we? Down here. One is water, one is for grass. I think that's the water one. And this is the grass one, I think. Or it could be the other way around. That could be the water... Oh, I don't know. They're one of each, anyway. So the bales I can just stick here, I guess. Yeah, put them behind the shed here, and then when I do get a telehandler, I can come and collect them when I need them. That's my grass bales done. Now, this may be a slightly shorter episode today, I'm not too sure. Until I get to the actual editing bit, I'm never 100% certain. But that is the end of the episode. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to share the video, be my guest. And if you want to comment, feel free. Whatever you should choose to do, as always. Thanks for watching.